Hey there, comic book fans. I'm back from the comic shop again today. It's been a big week. I got 11 comics this week, all from my pull. I guess I bought 2 just for their covers and 2 first issues. That really adds to the pull list, doesn't it? Plus, it's my birthday today, so I got a few books that I got for my birthday that I'll show you. But we'll start with my top of the printer museum covers for the week. This is one of those Submariners I just got. This is King Size Special number 1. Sal Buscema pencils and inks on this one, I think it was. This is not one of the 10th anniversary ones, but Special number 2 had a 10th anniversary cover on it, so I got those 2 as a package. I decided to keep this one out for a little while. And this is Bipolar. This came out in 2001. I think there's only ever 2 issues of it. Who's the artists are Tomer and Asef Hanuku. I always liked this. I don't remember much about the comic itself. Hard to believe it came out over 20 years ago, but it did, because it looks, that looks like it could have come out yesterday. But Bipolar number 2. I have number 1 also. I think those were the only issues that ever came out. But those sat on top of my printer all week. Now we'll pick 2 more. Here we go. The Principles of Necromancy number 4. Last issue, the star of the comic, Dr. Eyes, got in trouble at the Conference of Doctors. This is... was this one? Oh, there's a description on the back. Set in a fantasy universe bereft of magic. It may be bereft of magic, but medicine is like magic in this. These guys do stuff with medicine that can't be done. Especially, the Principles of Necromancy follows Dr. Jacob Eyes, one of a small number of scientific physicians who've set their minds to the task of curing the ills of the world. He wants to cure death, too. Who's it by? Jackson Lanzig, Colin Kennedy, and Eamon Winkle. I've enjoyed the first 3 issues. It's good. Oh, now I think the good doctor, since he screwed up, it's a horror book, as you might imagine. Since he screwed up at the conference, he's in jail right now, and the king wants a word with him. What else we have? The Power Fantasy. I don't know what all that is on the back. I have no idea what this one is, except it's Kieran Gillen and Casper Wingard with Clayton Cowles and Ryan Hughes. So I picked this one up just for the creative team. I've been picking up anything Casper Wingard has been doing lately. I forget the series he did. That one with robots and voodoo or something. But, and I like Kieran Gillen's writing too, generally. These 2 have done stuff before. So, this is an automatic buy for me, those 2. And like I said, I've been picking up whatever Casper Wingard does. Then we've got The Pedestrian by Joey Esposito and Sean Von Gorman. I think this is a weird... The reason is power walking. Justice always has the right of way. The Pedestrian. This one just kind of caught my eye as sort of a goofy superhero gimmick comic, and I liked the look. It kind of reminds me at first glance of, it was a mini comic years ago. I think there was one big issue of it too, The Mundane Adventures of Dishman. I can't remember who did it, but that was probably in the 90s, was Dishman, maybe even the late 80s. That's what kind of The Pedestrian reminds me of. Then we've got Part 4 of 4 of Love Me, a romance story about a robot in love. It's the Stefano Cartacelli art that made me put this one on my list, sight unseen. And I've been enjoying it. The story's pretty simple. Robot falls in love. Gangsters stand in his way, and he's taking out the gangsters. What else do we have? Grindle, Devil's Crucible, Defiance, issue 2 of 4. Whew. Matt Wagner's Grindle. This is Grindle Prime story. And this is going to be 3 4-issue miniseries. So they're all, it's like Grindle, Devil's Crucible, This one's Defiance. Then there's going to be Grendel, Devil's Crucible, another word, and Grendel, Devil's Crucible, another word. Liked the first issue. The last Grendel miniseries was also Grendel Prime, and he went off in space. Now he comes back 500 years later to find Earth a completely different place. And Grendel, any worship or anything having to do with Grendel has been outlawed. He doesn't know why, but he's going to have to find out. Then we got, look, I haven't seen an issue, part 2 of 4 by Eric Powell, Them That Don't Stay Dead, The Goon. I can't remember when issue 1 came out. It was a while ago, but Eric Powell's The Goon is always good. So that's any new Goon miniseries always gets on my pull list. If you've never read Eric Powell's The Goon, give it a read. It's fun stuff. Then we've got an EC comic from Oni Press, Cruel Universe. I hope this is better than the horror one. The horror one was so bad. It was just terrible. Matt Kint and Kano. That's a good... Corinna Becco, Caitlin Yard, Chris Condon, Jonathan Case. I like him. Ben H. Winters, Artem Tomplin. I don't even know all those names. Oh, there they are, too. Might be easier to see there. But the horror one, the epiphany of whatever, was just such a disappointment. So I hope that, like I said, the horror one seemed like to be written by people who've never read a horror story, but read about horror stories or something like that. I don't know. It just left me and a lot of other people on the internet I saw cold. Then we've got The Deviant by James Tinian IV and Joshua Hickson with Hassan Atsme Elau. I've been really enjoying this one. It was a story about a cartoonist who wanted to interview a serial killer, and now it seems like either that cartoonist is a serial killer himself or he's being set up by someone to take the rap, much like this earlier killer might have happened to him. So the cartoonist boyfriend is now talking with the serial killer in prison, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to get his boyfriend out of this trouble. So really like the art in this. It's a Christmas noir story. It's a Christmas story, but it's a Christmas noir story. Been enjoying this one. I really didn't expect it to go on this long, but the story's building up more and more. It was like when I picked up the first issue, I was like, because these days you never know if it's a continuing series or a mini series or how many issues it's going. So I expected that one to wrap up after 5 issues or so, but it's still going at 7, so maybe it's going to 10 or something like that. And then here's one I bought only for its cover. It's a Archie Comics facsimile of the classic double entendre, I had to beat off 3 guys to get to the girl. I picked this one up just as old. This is one of these Archie Comics. Archie, did you have any trouble rescuing me? I sure did, Betty. I had to beat off 3 other guys. This is one that always goes for money, the original, because of that goofy double entendre cover. So I was like, you know what? If they're putting it out, I'll pick it up. $4 this one was, by the way. I'm just thinking, because so many of these things are $5 now. I'm like, oof. Aint No Grave. This is number 4 of 5. Scotty Young and Jorge Corona, Jean-Francois Bellieu, and Nate Picos. There's Archie. This one's just okay. I like these two. I picked this one up, like put it on my list automatically because these two did another series I liked. I like the art on this one a lot, but the story is just eh. But overall, I'll put their next one. If they do another series, I'll probably automatically put that on my pull list too, just because it's still good. It's just not as good as their last one, which was the Me You Love in the Dark. There we go. That's the one I liked better. But you know what? I like their work, so I'll continue to pick it up. Here's the other one I got just for its cover. The Uncanny XMen. I guess this is a new number 1. I've been collecting these Scott Koblish connecting covers. I think this is the third one I got. I missed the first one, but I just ordered it off of eBay for $15. Because this is a $6 cover price. I said, so it cost, with shipping and tax, cost me, because I missed it at my local shop and they couldn't reorder it. So I picked a, that was like the cheapest copy I could find on eBay too, of the first of the connecting covers. I don't even know who's doing this book. Don't really care. I bought this just for the cover. If I could find the credits, I'd tell you who's doing it, but I don't know. Like I said, he's got like hundreds of people on all the connecting covers, so that's fun. Now here's some books I got for my birthday. Disenchantment, Untold Tales. This is a Matt Groening project. Titan Comics. Oh, as seen on Netflix. I guess this is something to do with the Netflix property. I picked this up because my friend and former Marvel bullpenner Jacob Chabot has some work in here. So I wanted to see. This is Jacob's work, I think. So I wanted to get some. Check out Jacob. Yeah. What? That's weird. They still want you to think the covers were drawn by Matt Groening. There's his signature down there. But over here it says cover art Jacob Chabot and Jason Ho. So it's kind of like, what? I guess that's part of the licensing. Matt Groening's signature goes on the covers, but I don't know who would be picking this up because of his name. But his name's on all the covers. There's his name on that one, but it's really by those two people down there. But I want to check up Jacob's latest work, so I'll see that. Then my friend Ed gave me this, Dreadstar versus the Inevitable. I think this is Jim Starlin's latest Kickstarter, he said. Jim Starlin and Jamie Jason. A Monkey Wrench Press graphic novel. I haven't read Dreadstar in a long time, but I'll check this out. And it also came with a bunch of postcards and things, which I stuck in this. I put in these corners, these big photo corners to hold. There's one there and one there. So it's like I got to bend them a little to get them out. So I'll just leave them in there because I just have them there just, oops, I'm bending them. It's not in the right way. Whoop, there we go. I got them in there just for the heck. I got them in there too tight. But I don't really care much about the postcards, but I may as well keep them with the book. So I'll put them in that way they don't just fall out. And let's see, another thing I got from one of my sisters, Jack Kirby, The Epic Life of King of Comics by Tom Scioli. Looking forward to reading this. The Kirby books I was reading, according to Kirby, actually recommended this in their afterwards, I think it was. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's the gift receipt. So this is a biography of Jack Kirby. Kirby in comic form is told by Tom Scioli. So I look forward to that. And one other thing, not quite comic related, my friend gave me Once a Giant. Since I'm a Giants fan, he said I was in the Strand and found this one. So Gary Meyers looks inside one of the greatest teams in NFL history. All right, the '86 Giants, I assume. Yep. Meyers shows how vividly the legendary 1986 Giants experienced perfectly the thrill of victory and the agony of football afterlife. So I look forward to reading that one too. Now let me show you a little bit of my work. What do I got back here? Got Dreams of Things 242. This fella posing for us with his hands on these. They gotta be magical canes, right? That's one of my running motifs, though, is sort of hands holding these sort of walking sticks with balls on. And if you notice, there's that ball connects to the cane. This one does not. Just to mix things up a little. A little asymmetrical symmetry. Asymmetrical symmetry. That's the word I'm looking for. Asymmetrical. I like the way this one came out. This coat of many colors. Those beams of dreams, they're either behind him or coming out of his head. We'll have to decide that. There's another one for you. Reams of things. All right. Some artwork, some comics, and you guys have a good week out there.